morning folks, and welcome to the polytunnel. Today I'm going to be sowing some seeds. It's all going to be flowers, and I've already, don't know whether you can see, let me squeeze back, yeah, you can see I've already got 5 trays already prepared. I'm going to try using some of this Jack's Magic this year, not on all of my stuff, but certainly I've got a couple of bags so I can get a fair bit done. And basically, I kind of, let's just show you, I more or less fill the tray to the top, and then basically I'll sprinkle the seeds on, cover it, and then water. I know a lot of people water before they sprinkle the seeds on. I do it the other way round for one reason: your hands get very wet, and basically when you're handling a lot of seeds, the seeds stick to your fingers. So I tend to do the watering last. Now for me, I've not had any issues over the years. I can understand that maybe it may be a problem for some people. I think it's just the look of the draw. There is no, as far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion, there's no right and wrong way. It's just the process, and you know, you rely a lot on weather and wherever you've got them. Like if you've got them in a tunnel and you've not got your windows kind of open, you could get dampening down, and you know, there's all sorts of things to take in consideration. One point which I've already fell to this year, and that is make sure you water. It's easy when you've not been watering during the winter to get out of the habit. You've got to get into the habit of checking your plants all the while and watering. It's so easy to do. I know I've got something in the other tunnel which I've forgotten to water, so try and get into that habit. Just make a mental note of it, and when you're doing it all the while, then it just becomes second nature, and you don't think about it. Right, so what am I sowing today? I've got some Echinacea, pink parasol, sorry. And then on the back it's also saying known as the coneflower. But anyway, that's one. Going to do some African marigolds now. I've got a feeling this packet seeds might be a little older. Yeah, it's a 2013 packet, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens with these. So that's those. Going to do some lavender. That takes a while to grow, but I've got plants at home in the pots growing. Best to get it started earlier. You can start it later, but you know, get them all in. You know, otherwise you're left with things at the end of the year which haven't quite grown, and you leave them in the trays and that. So best to get them started earlier. There's the next one. Penstemon. And finally I'm going to start with some Dahlia pom-pom mix. These apparently grow to 3 feet high. That's 90 centimetre, 900 millimetre. And I had great success with these last year. So we're going to grow a few more of those. I think we'll start with those. We'll open the pack. Now if you've got one of these from Unwin's seeds, they are not in a little packet inside. So be careful when you open. And that is what a dahlia seed looked like. Let's see if I can show you in the palm of my hand. There you are. Now, let me turn around. I like to have things evenly spaced, folks, so rather than just sprinkle them over, I kind of, it basically means, the way I do it, when I come to transplant them, it's easier to separate the roots. And so I tend to plant them maybe 1.25 inches or something, 32 mil apart in both directions. Can you hear the chickens in the background? I've got to say that I am up a bit earlier today. It's forecast a very windy and wet afternoon. So basically I'm making the best of it this morning, get some filming that done, and then this afternoon might get onto some bottling of the wine. We'll see how that goes. May not feel like it. May feel like just relaxing. You know, I've worked quite hard this year. Now I'm not going to go mad like I did last year and use all the seeds up. Last year I had multiple trays. This year I'm not. I'm just going to do a tray of everything that I grow. I'm going to leave it at that. And I can keep the rest for another year. So there we are, folks. I've just put 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 seeds in there. I'm going to squeeze this shut. It will go back into my little folder. I'm going to label up. I'm going to cover with soil and then water. Dahlia. Pumpkin. On the back I'm going to put the date, because my smartwatch is broke to use the phone. It's 26th of March, 26th of the 3rd, and I'm going to put the size just to remind me these that grow to 3 feet. In. All I'm going to do then is just sprinkle some soil over. About 1/4 inch, 5mm of soil. And that's it, folks, just got to water them, but as I say, I'll do that last. I'm going to stick that over here for a minute. What I will probably do is once I've watered it, I'm probably going to put a propagator top on them. Just give it that bit of extra heat when the sun does come out. We're not expecting it for a few days though. Right, so that one can go back in my folder. So the next one, I think we'll do some African marigolds. And we've actually had this open before, so I've actually grew some of these last year. That's what those seeds look like. They're quite big. Just put them in a seed tray, flat. Hang on, I'll come over here. So we haven't got so many of these, so I'm just going to put 3 across and see how we go. I don't think that was a seed. Okay, so I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, got about 20 seeds there. So again, 1/4 inch of soil, 5mm. Don't forget to do your labelling. God, you can hear the wind picking up. These grow to 30-inch high. Forgotten what the date was. What was the date? 27th, was it? Got a terrible memory. Twenty-six of the 3rd. Those done. Those can go back in the folder. Now what I've done, folks, because I've used that whole packet, I've actually dated it again and I've ticked it, and so then I know that the packet's emptied, and I've got the date when I actually sown them. and I know what they look like. I know what to expect when they start growing. I can just look through that folder. Because if you put them like I did last year on the labels and that, and you're watering and that, and you've got the sunlight and what have you, eventually they'll fade, and you won't be able to read it properly, or it'll get all crunkly. It will break up the paper well. Right, so the next one, we'll do some lavender. On this it does actually say seal the container in a polythene bag, keep it 15 to 20 degrees. Germination can take 1 to 5 months. Yeah, so that's what I said, got to start these early. Just to remind you, they're the ones. Now these are quite small. And even at this size, these seeds, they're actually smelling like lavender already. Look how tiny those are. With it, in this case, I'm just going to sprinkle them over this tray, because I'm going to have great difficulty on separating these. That's it, folks. These need a very fine covering of the soil, and so just a gentle dusting of soil over the top. Again, label up. It's starting to rain, folks. I'm going to have to clear off soon, else my camera's going to get all wet through. I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to leave it at that for this morning, and we'll carry on with these another time. Okay, so I hope you found that interesting. As I say, we all have different ways of doing things. Don't forget to water, and I'll be back. Well, I don't know whether I'll be back later today. Probably not, because I think it's going to be very windy and very wet. So sometime over the next few days. But I might be doing the winemaking, or who knows, I might do a bit of painting. So see you soon.